What's something you know about a friend's sex life that you wish you didn't? One night this girl I know told me that her guy loves anal sex, but his dick is too short to actually reach past her big butt cheeks, so she just clenches really hard and lets him think he's doing it. I don't know why she felt the need to tell me this, and I really wish that mental image had never entered my brain. Savannah's boyfriend Doug got drunk and had sex with her gay best friend Phil. Savannah found out and was cool with it because she's into that sort of thing. Doug and Phil hook up again. Drunk Savannah walks in and is suddenly not so cool with it. Tears, screaming, pain, and forgiveness happens, and now Doug won't drink if Phil is around. Savannah and Doug are getting married soon, and Phil is in the bridal party. I don't know whether to prepare for a smooth ceremony or an absolutely shit show. I used to live in an apartment next to a lady who was very vocal during sex, especially with demands to her partner on what to do to her. Many times she woke us up, initially it was annoying, but then it was almost comical, so me and the flatmates started using the opportunity to have a beer and catch up in the very early morning or late night and have a laugh. One morning I was dressed in a suit going to my first day of work on a new project, and this lady far in front of me kept looking back and avoiding me. I thought initially she was scared of me, large dark-skinned man walking to work on side streets, but about an hour later I got to work and I was introduced to my new co-worker and supervisor, my next-door neighbor, who I will be working on a 6-month project with. Such an awkward project, but the sex stopped for 6 months, so we were glad for uninterrupted sleep. 15 years later we are friends now and kind laugh about it. In high school I had an Australian exchange student stay with me for a month. We were 15, I knew nothing about sex, but she had a boyfriend. Out of nowhere she told me she could fit a whole water bottle up her vagina. I was scarred. A couple of weeks ago, an employee of mine texts me. Keep in mind, we have been friends for like 20 years. He says I have something very important to ask of you. It's like 1 a.m., so I'm naturally concerned and say okay? To which, he responds, if anything happens to me and my wife, I need you to go to our apartment and insert specifics here there, you will find our sex box. Burn it immediately, do not let our families experience the shame. Naturally, I promise to do this. Not a word of it spoken since. Learn about a friend's cake-sitting fetish from his girlfriend after they broke up. I was friends with both of them separately. Sometime after they split we were chatting about weird fetishes and she says, "Oh, I've got a good one." He's a pretty straight-laced looking guy. Not boring, but doesn't seem like a weird dude by most measures. Apparently for his birthday one year he asked her if she would sit on a cake for him. She thought she misunderstood, so she asked for clarification. Yup, he'd love it if she sat on a cake for him. Would he get off on that? Definitely. Wait, should she be naked? Nope, not at all necessary. She can wear whatever she wants, pants are fine. Will he be jerking off or something during? Nope, he'll just save the mental image for later. He wasn't into any other dom or sub stuff, or even any other food stuff. Just the cake. She claimed she eventually declined to do the cake sitting, but anyhow, every time I've seen him since all I can think is cake. He got a new girlfriend, they got married, and I just think, bet she sat on a cake. One time my friend was at my house playing FIFA and a large metal dick cage fell out of his pocket and clinked onto the floor. A friend gave her boyfriend head, but for whatever reason she didn't spit out her gum. The gum actually got stuck in his pubes. And now everybody jokingly teases her by calling her Double Bubble BJ Trouble. Friend texted my wife and I about bad sex after a Tinder date because the dude had a super tiny penis and lasted less than 5 minutes from disrobing to blowing his load. Then, as she's describing the guy, I realize it sounds just like another friend of mine, so I ask for a pic. It was him. So now I know my buddy of many years has a tiny penis and zero stamina in the bedroom. Could have done without knowing, to be honest. I remember it was school night in high school and I heard pounding on my window. I got kinda scared, but I heard my buddy's voice outside. I thought something was really wrong, Nope, he woke me up at 3 a.m. to tell me he just let his girlfriend beg him and it was the best thing in the world. What the literal fuck, why did he wake me up for this? My boss. A colleague and I were making jokes about putting your D in peanut butter and let the dog lick it of, he and I don't own any pets. So, my boss overheard this and started to tell us about when he was younger and home alone he would come in front of his parents' cat and let the cat lick it of the ground and his D. He gets mad, absolutely furious, if she takes a crap when he's not there to watch and jerk off. Don't know if this counts, but I found out that my friend bases her relationship solely around how good sex is. She confessed to me that she loves her boyfriend that she's been with for a year and they're perfect together. Except he's clueless during sex. She also refuses to tell him this and just expects him to figure out what she wants without using words. She told me that she's going to give him another month to fix it or she's breaking up with him. All the while she's still making Facebook status and Instagram posts about how much she loves him and how great he is while she's planning to break up with him. Well, semi-related, my friend growing up just used her mom's iTunes account when she first got her phone because she was just a kid. Fast forward to her being 19 living away from home, mom gets a new computer, signs into iTunes and it syncs all of my friend's phone info with the computer, sending her mom all of her nudes, sexts, and sex videos. It scarred my friend. Her and her mom don't really talk anymore. I'm supervisor at my job and I was doing orientation for this guy on his first day. After barely introducing himself, he felt the need to tell me that it really gets him going when his white girlfriend puts on black face paint and pretends to be a sassy black lady, but there's no way in hell he would actually fuck a black lady. Then he felt the urge to break the awkward silence with a nude picture of his girlfriend on her knees covered in cum. I told him to get out and don't come back. He didn't know what he did wrong. Had a buddy in college and we were doing a project together. We had a big file we were working on and it was too big for email. Rather than going all the way to his place to give him the USB, he told me to log into his Dropbox and put the file there. I'd never used Dropbox before, and was surprised when a Dropbox folder was created in my documents. I went in it and I saw there were multiple videos and photos of him and different girls engaging in some not very common sex acts. I never mentioned it to him. To this day I still think about it. Like he must have known Dropbox would download the videos to my computer, right? Also, I don't know why I watched them. The dude was into being pegged. I'd never seen or heard of that before. I watched like 3 of the videos with morbid fascination, then uninstalled Dropbox, deleted everything, and pretended it never happened. My grandparents bought a single grave plot together and agreed whoever died first would be buried first and the other would be buried on top of them when they passed. I didn't find this out until my grandpa died a few years back. My grandma explained the situation to me at the funeral, just before they started lowering his coffin. She also made a point of telling me how awkward this was going to be when she died, as grandpa, apparently, liked being on top. At his funeral she told me this. As if I ever wanted to know. At the man's damn funeral. I'm here trying to keep IT together and grandma's out here talking about how she was getting missionary dick for 60 straight years. Back in high school, my best friend confessed that she had a threesome with her boyfriend and one of his friends. I didn't think it was a huge deal. Yesterday, so like 5 or 6 years since she first told, she confessed that it was actually with her boyfriend and his cousin. Female coworker brags about how she's awesome at deep throat, and loves doing it. We work at a Fortune 50 corporate office. Years ago, 2 women moved into the apartment next door to mine. It was impossible to not hear them have sex, because they were screamers, and because the front door to each apartment was in the bedroom. So, whatever noise they made in the bedroom was easily heard by anyone waiting for the elevator. My neighbors used to shout their nicknames while having sex. They called each other Mommy and Dirty Girl. Mommy. 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 Who's my dirty girl? Oh Mommy. Oh Mommy, oh. You're my dirty girl. My dirty girl. I'm so dirty, mommy. I never met my neighbors, but every now and then I'd be in the elevator with one of them, and I couldn't help being curious. But there is no polite way to say hi, I'm Nicola. Are you mommy, or dirty girl? So, obviously, I didn't ask. But I couldn't help being curious. My friend in high school announced that she lost her virginity to her cousin, but it was okay because it was anal. First time I really did not know what to say to her. Ah, yes. The classic poop hole loophole.